Hello, what's up guys? I'm Kyle from KGR, and in this box are props from Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Now I found these props two ways. The first way that I discovered that this even existed was through a TikTok. I believe their name was Dynex. I hope I'm getting that name right. I'm just going off memory. So shout out to this TikToker. Another way I found it was when I was recording my rare Sonic things on eBay video, which you could find towards the end of the video, or you can click right up here. I found one listing of one of the props and I saved that for later so I could bid on it. Turns out the guy who was auctioning that off had more props than just that. So I messaged the guy privately and I'm like, hey, would it be possible to come up with a price for all three things for a buy it now, because I'm interested in all the stuff you have. And after a little bit of time, he's like, yeah, after tax and shipping, I ended up paying about $530, which sounds like a lot on paper. However, I feel like this is a fantastic deal, like 100%. So I told him, I'm making a video on this. What all do you know about this stuff? And from what he told me, that he believes that the Mean Bean coffee store itself was shot in Vancouver. And typically with Canadian productions, they auction off some of the props, the wardrobes, anything with the production to third-party companies. And that said, this guy was able to get some of that stuff. And what I have and what this TikToker has is not the only ones that exist. There is a very few amount of them. He doesn't have an exact number on how many of these things were produced and how many were auctioned off and how many just exist in general. So that said, this guy might still have some of this stuff. So if you want to grab some of this stuff yourself, a link to his eBay page will be down below, because he's the way I got some of this stuff and it looks like he still has a little bit more. So with all of that out of the way, let's open this up. I am a bit of a Sonic collector. I wouldn't call myself a die-hard collector, but I do love collecting Sonic. But there are some things that are typically out of my price range, and honestly, this almost was. However, I did have enough money in savings, plus some, and an opportunity like this was never going to happen again, so I had to jump on it. And I'm excited to see what all is in here. Now, I got three things, and oh my god, it smells like coffee. That was actually going to be my biggest question. Is this real coffee beans? Yeah. Oh, I just realized. Now it's going to smell like coffee. All the time. Oh. Is that a good idea or a bad idea? Typically, I don't drink coffee. But let's get the main thing that we came for. The thing that was featured in that TikTok. The Mean Bean coffee. Oh my goodness. Now originally I was gonna buy just this, but of course curiosity piqued and I had to see what else he had. Man, the smell is just getting stronger. Oh my goodness. I'm happy they didn't use like fake beans when they shot this for production. I'm honestly surprised they didn't, but to be fair, I'm pretty sure real coffee beans is probably cheaper. That said, I'm never gonna open this. But we have these little ties right here to keep it down. You can see how it's printed. I don't know if something like this could be bootlegged, but the printing quality on this definitely screams authentic. And the roasted with malice in Green Hills, Montana, they didn't have to do that. We were never gonna see that. But Green Hills. And the bag itself also has the printing on the other side too. This is so cool. If you want, here's a closer look at it. As you can tell, like, this thing is so surreal. This thing is absolutely incredible. I can't believe I have it. Oh my goodness. I don't have any glass displays to hide or preserve this thing, but it looks like I'm gonna have to invest in one. For now, I'm probably just gonna put this on a bookshelf, keep it away from others for the most part, but whatever room I put it in, it's gonna smell like coffee. Now, I did get a few other things as well. Let me get this peanuts out of the way. This thing is really cool as well. Now, this is a dispenser for napkins for Mean Bean coffee. Now, I don't know if this, like, napkin dispenser is industrial grade or what exactly the story is behind this, but this is so cool. And the guy who sold this to me on eBay said that one of these tissue dispensers, whatever you want to call these, he said that somebody got one of these as well. and had it signed by Agent Stone themselves. So that's my goal too. I want Agent Stone to sign this for me as well. This is so surreal. Originally, I wanted to put this as a centerpiece on a dining room table, but unfortunately, my cat likes to rub on things. So I can't do that. I don't know where I'm putting this guy either, but we're gonna figure it out. We're gonna put this guy over here. And the last thing that I bought from him is kind of anticlimactic in comparison to both of these guys, but it's still something I found very cool because honestly, I didn't know what it was at the time, but it's a brand new package of Mean Bean Coffee napkins. Now this can stay sealed, I guess. Actually, no, it's not sealed. Honestly, that's perfect. Because I was fortunate enough to be able to get all of this. I want to share my love of this movie to other people. So the fact that this is still open, if I meet other Sonic creators, I want to hook them up with stuff like this. Because originally I was arguing with my fiance. I can't say arguing. I was debating is more appropriate because there wasn't any shouting or anything. I was discussing with my fiance, should I open this and give some of these away? And she said no. However, since it is already open, I don't see why not. I'm not gonna get rid of all of these, but to some of my close friends and some other Sonic content creators that I meet in person, whether it be at Too Many Games or whatever, I want to hook them up because I was fortunate enough to get all this, and I'm sure that they would kill for stuff like this. And also, hopefully it's an easy way for me to be friends with them because I want to meet more Sonic creators because they're cool. But the guy did tell me that there was one more thing that he packed in here that was a complete surprise. I bought all three of these things for $500 more or less from this guy. Now, what's the final thing? I don't know exactly what this is, but I feel like there's more to it. Oh, wait, no, I know exactly what this is. So apparently on here, there was some menu-related things from what I remember him telling me. Unfortunately, they did erase everything after they were done with the production, but this would have some of the things that would be available at the Mean Bean shop. But unfortunately, you have to take my word on it for this one. I have no real proof for this. But this was also part of the movie, technically, so neat. And there's nothing else in here. Just a lot of packing and a lot of money spent. However, since you guys were able to watch this for as long as you have, I want to show you one more thing that I had gotten. This is not like any of the stuff that I bought from him. This is something from my personal collection that you might find neat. So behind me is the poster from Sonic Movie 2. I got that from a Regal theater, and I was so ecstatic. So when I first saw the movie, it was like, I think the premiere night, so the night before Friday, so it was on a Thursday. I saw the movie, had a good time, but during the dance fight scene, towards the end of it, when Sonic and Tails are having like their upswing and having a good time, here a kid next to me unfortunately threw up. So they leave. And then staff comes in, they check up and down the aisle, and assume they step in it because nothing gets cleaned up yet. And also, because of all that, I managed to miss the Sonic Adventure pose that he does in the movie. I was pretty upset by that, but that's besides the point. But anyway, as we're on our way out from the theater itself, like the theater room, we find the manager. And I tell him, hey, just let you know, somebody threw up, some kid next to us. And the guy was so unpleased. He was like, I just got off my break. So after we tell him all this, he gets us 2 tickets to see the movie again. And like, I told him like, no, you don't have to do that. And he's like, no, man, I want you to watch this movie in peace. So watch it again. So I tell him how much I loved the movie. And I told him about the post-credit scene, or mid-credit scene, I guess. And I was ecstatic. And I asked him, all right, what are the chances I can get this poster, like, after the movie's done? No, he just gets one for me. Rolls it up, here you go. I nearly passed out. I was crying. It was incredible. But then after all that, he gives me one more thing. And that is this little marquee thing. I don't know exactly what Regal does with something like this, but this is still really neat. But when he gives it to me, he like sounds disappointed. He's like, the only other thing I could find was this. And I with gratitude, told him, like, dude, you already gave me tickets plus a poster to the movie. Like, that was way above beyond. Like that was already more than enough than what you had to do. Like, that was incredible. Like, thank you. So the fact that I got that now, like, neat. So sick. That said, I'm so happy to have this. But if there were more props that I could get, I would, like, scream. If I can get any other thing out of the movies. One, a ring, which I doubt they actually made some of those. Maybe, they probably did. But one thing I would kill for, is one of Sonic's quills. That unintentionally rhymed. But if I can get a quill, or even a ring, that would send me straight to the moon, man. But the fact that I have the Mean Bean props is already more than enough. This is insane. So the guy who hooked me up on eBay, thank you so much for hooking me up. This was incredible. So that said, that's it for the video. So if you're new and you like what you saw, you know what to do. And let me know in the comments, or even in my social media DMs, whether it be on Twitter, Instagram, or Snapchat, what rare Sonic stuff do you have in your personal collection? Because as one collector to another, my favorite thing about being a collector is admiring other people's collections. So if you can show me some cool stuff that you have, I would love to see. Because not only will I be a little envious, but I'd be so happy for you because that's something cool that you have. And I love spreading and sharing that joy. That is so cool. But this is incredible. So anyway, thank you for watching. I love you guys to death. And I'll see you on the next one. So peace.